and welcome to Teach Tuesdays, a series of videos highlighting a few ways to integrate technology into good teaching. I'm Luke Conkle from UW-Green Bay's Center for the Advancement of Teaching and Learning. In today's video, Dr. Todd Dresser, the center's lead instructional designer, shows us how to create rubrics in Canvas. Then, stay tuned after the demonstration for a few additional rubric resources. Enjoy.
A rubric is a scoring tool that lays out the specific expectations for an assignment. Rubrics divide an assignment into its component parts and provide a detailed description of what constitutes acceptable performance for each of those parts. Rubrics can be used for grading a large variety of assignments, research papers, book critiques, discussions, lab reports, group work, oral presentations, and more. A rubric usually takes the form of a table and consists of criteria and levels. The criteria go down the left side, and the levels go across the top horizontally. Criteria break the assignment down into its constituent steps, while the levels show what satisfactory, good, excellent, and unsatisfactory work look like. You can use any scale for your levels: A work, B work, C work, or something else such as good, excellent, expected, or in this case, expert, proficient, apprentice, and novice. The criteria, by contrast, let the students know what the assignments value. In this case, this assignment values the integration of knowledge, focus on the topic, the depth of the discussion, cohesiveness, etc. Taken together, rubrics are nice because they make all the expectations of an assignment transparent. The biggest downside, however, of rubrics is that students often fall into the gray areas between the levels of mastery. When students fall into these gray areas, skilled teachers will often articulate to students the degree to which they fall into the levels of the rubric, and we'll talk about ways you can do that when grading in Canvas. The easiest way to use a rubric in Canvas or any other LMS is simply to upload it to the assignment page. This will make the expectations of the assignment transparent to the student. So to do that in Canvas, click on the Files tab on the right. You go to Upload a new file, choose, find where you have it, and it'll place it where you have the cursor. There it is. I'll press Save, and then this is how students will see it. They'll be able to just expand on the document viewer. This is how it'll appear to students in Canvas when they go to submit their assignment. If you wish to use the more functionality in Canvas, you may use the rubric function baked into the LMS. So to do that, press the plus rubric button in the assignment page, and then since I have a paper rubric already created, I can just copy and paste the criteria and the levels into Canvas. So to add a description of the criteria, I'll just call this one integration of knowledge. Just copy and paste from here. There, integration of knowledge. And then to change the level to say what an expert level of integration of knowledge would look like, I will copy and paste that here. So this will be called expert. And I'll copy what an expert integrator of knowledge would do on this assignment. Put that there. And then if I wanted to add more levels, I would add the plus here. Then I would add proficient. Repeat the process. Copying and pasting. You'll notice that there are other buttons at the bottom that you may want to tick depending on the type of rubric you want. You could just have free-form comments you want rather than the more hierarchical rubric here. You could have you could remove the points if you want. You can use the rubric for assignment grading. You'll likely want to do that. And you can hide the scores if you want to do that as well from students. But when you're satisfied with the rubric, you can then click Create Rubric, and now you have it, and it'll be ready for you to grade with your students. Once students submit assignments and you want to grade them, you go to Speed Grader from the assignments page. And then here's the student submission to the assignment. And then you'll say View Rubric. and then you'll be able to sort of say where the student falls in the level of mastery for that assignment. And then if they fall sort of in between, you can click the one that you think they more represent, and then in the comments section, you can tell them to what degree they straddle the line between one or more of the categories if you choose. Let's say, however, you want to use a rubric that you've created in another assignment or even another class, and you want to use that for this assignment as well. You can press the plus rubric again, and then click Find a Rubric, and this will give you all the rubrics that you've created in all of your classes. So you can select the one that you want, say use this rubric, and now this rubric is attached to this assignment. I touched on this earlier, but this is the student view, and this is how students see the assignment. So when they go to the assignment page, they'll see your instructions here. In this case, there are no instructions. All I have is the rubric, and then the students will see the rubric of how I'm going to grade their performance on this assignment. And then finally, if you would like to modify one of your rubrics, you can do that by going to the Outcomes tab. So you go to the Grade Out Outcomes link here, and then you'll select Manage Rubrics. And then you can find the rubric that you created. This is a rubric we created earlier. And then you can click Edit, and then you could add criteria or levels if you want to your rubric. You could also change some of these checkboxes here if you like. Or if you want to create another rubric altogether, you could add another rubric, and then this will be available to all of your assignments. So rubrics are a great way in Canvas to make your grading a little bit more efficient. They add some transparency for the students so they know what's expected, and they can make you help you use your time more efficiently. So however you do it, they're a great way to make your assignments more transparent and to make your grading more efficient for your students. Thanks.
Thanks, Todd. If Todd's overview has piqued your interest, we've got a few resources on hand to continue exploring. For a detailed how-to of rubrics in Canvas, as well as the step-by-step instructions for other tools in Canvas, check out the Canvas guides. For a detailed web resource on rubrics, including examples for various types of assignments, CATL recommends taking a look at Carnegie Mellon's Eberly Center page on rubrics. We also have a book available to UWGB instructors in the CATL library, Introduction to Rubrics by Dannelle D. Stevens and Antonia J. Levi is, as its title suggests, and covers a range of topics surrounding rubrics, including grading online and across a variety of subject areas and assignment types. And, as always, the CATL team is happy to hold one-on-one or group consultations. We hope you enjoyed this Teach Tuesday video, and we'll see you next time.